My favorite way to fill up a journal is to do stream of consciousness writing. This is my morning pages journal where I write in it every morning. It's basically letting your thoughts flow on to paper without filtering yourself. Trust me, it's like the best thing ever. I love it. You can also keep an evening journal. I love to keep this by my bed so that I could just brain dump all of my ideas and emotions before I go to sleep. That way I can go to bed with some peace of mind. You can also keep a notebook of your monthly highlights. So at the end of the month, I'll review what happened and just jot down the highlights from that past month, people that I saw, places I went, just so at the end of the year I can look back and see my year at a glance. I also love to keep a gratitude, joy, and success journal. So about once a week, I'll sit down and write down the things that I'm grateful for, things that brought me joy during the week, or little victories that I can celebrate with myself. This is something I've shared before. It's called current me versus future me. So what you do is on one side of the page, you paint the picture of who you are at the moment. And then on the other side of the page, you paint the picture of who you want to be, who your ideal self is. And it's a really great way to just evaluate your goals and how to get to where you want to be. You can also keep notebooks just to doodle and express your creativity in different visual ways. I always have random doodles here and there. I also love to keep a notebook just for poetry and songwriting. So if I ever have ideas for like pretty words or verses, then I'll put them down in this notebook. I'll also put down like chord progressions and ideas for melodies and just play around with that kind of stuff here. If you're lucky enough to travel, you can definitely keep a separate notebook for your travels. So this is my travel notebook when I went to study abroad in Italy, and I kept like little receipts from here and there. I have this brochure from when I went to see Long Long play at the theater, and it's a really nice way to kind of scrapbook but also journal all of your memories while you're there. And you can see here I listed out all the cities that I visited in that semester. It was amazing. This is my notebook for taking notes when I'm learning something new, specifically like when I'm taking online classes or I'm watching online tutorials. I like to have like a notebook just for things that I'm learning so that I can always go back and reference my notes. I also love having notebooks for planning and scheming. So I don't know how else to describe these notebooks, but it's just the place where I plan and organize all of my ideas and my creative projects. So that's a timeline for my Honestly album, and later on I have like plans on this app that I was working on, and then I have plans on Lavendaire. Before I even started the blog and the YouTube, I kind of had it all planned out, just how it worked in a system. And then I have like different mind maps, like this is a flow chart of a short film that I was working on. So just any creative projects or ideas that I have, I love to just put it down on paper and organize it. Lastly, this is a journal for just random free-flowing art. So I've been learning to watercolor, and then I just decided that this is a journal that I'm just gonna make a mess in. I don't care. I just want to just like throw up on the page just so I can express myself and play with no judgment and just like literally wreck this journal. I hope you like these ideas on ways to fill your notebooks. By the way, I have an entire journaling playlist, which I'll link below and on the screen, so check that out if you're interested. Thank you so much for watching. Love you all. Bye!